So like I said, yeah, we got to see Arnold and battle all kinds of bad guys in this, to corrupt people from even inside his own organization, Witsec. We got to see the great James Corbin in this movie as well. James Caan was the villain. We got to see some great stuff in this movie. I really enjoyed it. It was really cool. It was so funny. There were great comedy lines from Joey Palatamino. I hope I'm saying his name right. That was another actor. That was one of his former clients that he broke his cover, so he had to go get him back. One-liners in this movie. Arnold is battling gators. A big shootout fight in the Central Park Zoo, and gators are let outside of their tank, and the gators, he shoots one of the gators that was coming after him, and he says to the gator, "Your luggage." So it was pretty funny. Vanessa Williams says to him, "You're late," and Arnold says, "Traffic," basically criticizing New York traffic. But it was really good. Very good movie. Recommended as well. Good stuff. So moving on to number 5, the top 5, is another movie that I think a lot of people like, which came out in '94. It was directed by James Cameron and called True Lies. And I think the title of the movie sums up what this movie is about. Arnold in this movie is Harry Tasker. The movie co-starred Jamie Lee Curtis, a young Elijah Dushku, as well as Tom Arnold. And Arnold is basically a spy, and he's pretty much lies to his wife all the time, saying that he's an insurance salesman or something like that. Everybody lies in this movie throughout the whole movie. Bill Paxton, he's lying. Jamie Lee Curtis is lying to Arnold. Arnold's lying to her. You know, everything but it was a great movie. Very good movie. Action scenes were great. Storytelling was pretty decent. We got to hear Arnold say sorry a lot in this movie. You know, if he broke something, he would say sorry. Funny scene. One of the funny scenes, in my opinion, was where he was chasing one of the bad guys on horseback, and the guy's going through hotels, and he gets up to the roof, and he leaps all the way on the motorcycle from one building to another, lands in a pool. So Arnold feels that he can do it too, but on a horse. And in my opinion, in my words, the horse is like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And he tries to jump with the horse, and the horse stops short, and he's hanging over the side of the roof. The horse backs up, and then he's complaining to the horse, "You know, I can't believe you. I mean, I had the guy, and you let him go." And the horse, you can see the horse literally dropping his head, and Arnold pulls his rein and says, "Look at me when I'm talking to you. What kind of cop are you?" Because the horse was a cop's horse. So it was pretty funny, but the movie was great. Jamie Curtis was funny as hell in this movie, as well. It was just a great movie, people. I can't say so many good things about this movie. This would be, I think, the second time Arnold third time actually Arnold worked with James Cameron, and good stuff. All right, number 4 is probably one of my great sci-fi movie that Arnold starred in, and that movie is 1990's Total Recall. Absolutely. Total Recall is a great one of Arnold's great sci-fi action movies. Not just to mention, especially we all remember, going out into Mars' atmosphere, eyes bulging out of their heads. Of course, we got the three-breasted woman, but also, we got one of the mutants saying, "You got a lot of nerve showing your face around here, Quaid." And what does Arnold say? Look who's talking, because his face was pretty not very lookable to look at. But this was a great movie. We also got to see Sharon Stone kick some ass, and let's just say she was kicking Arnold's ass in this movie. We got to see Michael Ironside play a great villain. I love Michael Ironside. Good stuff. Just great stuff as well in this movie. Very much lovable movie. A very, very likable movie. Another movie I can love to watch all the time. Arnold kind of played two sides in this movie. He played kind of the hero and the villain as well. He was two people at once, so it's kind of crazy. Of course, probably one of the great special effects in that movie is where he's pulling the Homan beacon out of his brain through his nose. That was great special effects as well. Just good stuff. Very good stuff. The movie was directed by Paul, I hope I'm saying his name right, Verhoeven, excuse me, there we go. Paul Verhoeven, there we go. So, good stuff. Very good movie. Do I recommend it? You're damn right I do. Moving on. Number 3 is 1987's Predator. What can I say about Predator that I don't think any of us should say? Probably the best Predator movie by far of that time and then, but now when you look at the Predators, how you can't say anything but how much homage did the Predators, Robert Rodriguez's version, pay homage to the original. Forget the crappy crossovers. Forget Danny Glover's Part 2. Part 1 summed it all. The whole concept of Predator of this movie when it was coming out was Arnold has met his match. And yes, Arnold met his match in this movie. And we got to see Arnold get his ass kicked by the Predator. And when I saw this when I was about maybe 10 years old, I was a huge Arnold fan, still am. Arnold was one of my heroes. Seeing him get beat up like that, I couldn't watch it for too much. I'm like, I'm tearing up, and I'm like, Daddy, Arnold getting beat up, he need to win and stuff like that. And great stuff. One of my favorite lines, of course, was "You're one ugly motherfucker." That's a great line, and they use that a lot throughout the whole Predator movies. But another one, of course, is where of course, get to the chopper, and everybody uses that, as well as another line, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Great stuff. The cast was pretty decent in my opinion. We got to see Carl Weathers in his prime. We got to see Bill Dukes. We got to see Jesse Ventura. We got to see that's pretty much the big cast. But it was very cool. It was a very good movie. Predator did his thing in that movie. How he was taking them people out was great. We saw similarities between the Predator and Predators, like Billy, the Native American, his Native American comrade, standing there buying some of the survivors some time to get to the chopper, as well as we saw in in Predators as Hanzo taking on one of the Predators in a sword fight. So it was, you saw similarities in the movie. That movie was great. I can't say any more about Robert Rodriguez's version, but Predators is a great Arnold movie. I love, do recommend it. If it's not in your DVD collection, put it in your DVD collection, and you will not be disappointed in it. So yeah, very good movie. That's all I can say about Predator. I can go down a list of words in the dictionary to sum up what this movie meant to me and meant to many fellow Schwarzenegger fans out there. All right, and number 2 on my list has to deal with, of course, the first movie I ever saw of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the first movie I ever saw, period, Conan. I love Conan. I thought the series, 2 movies were great, but the first one really sums up to me what Conan. I know some people have a problem with the Conan movies in general. It didn't live up to, H.G. Wells' work, and some people say, but this movie was great. This is what put Arnold on the map, period. Just a great movie, in my opinion. Great fight scenes. Sword fighting was great. These were all real swords. None of this fake swords that we see now in sword fights today. Arnold didn't have a lot of lines, but when he did, he delivered. But of course, one of my great scenes in this movie, of course, is when he prayed to Crumb, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna just let it come out. So check it out.
Crumb, I've never prayed to you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, will remember if you were good man or bad. Why we fought, or why we died. No. All that matters is that 2 stood against many. That's what's important. Our Lord pleases you, Crumb. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
One of my favorite monologues in that movie. Superb. Moving on, which is number 1, of course. Number 1 is by far, in my opinion, Arnold's best performance. Mr. Schwarzenegger starred again. This time, T2. Terminator 2. Believe the hype in this movie, people. Damn sure recommend it. It was such a great movie. Everybody in this movie delivered, from Arnold to Robert Patrick to, yes, Linda Hamilton, and boy did she deliver in that movie. From 1 and then going into 2, seeing her then, it was just superb. I said character development, great. Just a great movie. Love this movie. Will constantly watch this movie. One-liners, of course, was the famous "Hasta la vista, baby," and that came a catchphrase pretty much. And it lived up. Terminator 2 lived up to the hype, as I keep saying. There's so many good words I can put into this, but there's no need to put into it, because you guys should already know that if you're a fan of this man. But that's it, guys. Another list down. On to the next sometime soon. Can't wait to hear your guys' opinion on this as well. Of course, this is the opinion spot, you know. But other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love. Stay tuned. I'm out.